Today, basically, this video is about tomatoes, disease on tomatoes. Okay, but there's two little items I want to get out the way fast. One of them is on cutworms, one is on tomatoes. All right, number one, cutworms. I get people calling asking, how do you stop cutworms? They're eating my plants off. Cutworms usually eat right around the stems on young plants, and which will kill them. Now, if you want to stop them the organic way, some people use neem oil. I don't usually use neem oil, but what they'll do is they'll spray around the plant and the plants. And when the cutworms come up, they all coats them and it kills them. Okay. Now, neem oil comes off a tree in India, so it's not really a man-made chemical. All right. I don't use it. What I use is vegetable oil and hot sauce. You mix vegetable oil with a little Tabasco or any other good hot sauce, shake it up good, spray it around the plant, real thick around the base of the plant, and you usually won't have any problem with cutworms. Or if you don't want to spray them, you can always dig around real easy around the plant and take them out by hand. So that should take care of the cutworms. I'm not sure what kind of tomatoes these are. They were given to me and from my neighbor, and he said that they were absolutely the biggest tomatoes he'd ever seen. I planted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and look what's happening. They wilting down on me. Now there's 2 or 3 reasons for that. One of them is the rain. It has absolutely rained every day. In fact, the ground was soggy this morning. Now, what I'm gonna try to do, this ground here is not as fertile as my ground over here. But you'll notice, this tomato bush here, I have gathered, I'm guessing 10 tomatoes. It's got like 20 still on it, okay? I actually did not plant this tomato. It was just some seed scraps I threw in my garden's compost and it sprung up. Now what I'm gonna do, well, 2 reasons. This one is living and the others are starting to die. Drainage. This is well drained. That is on ground that I've been developing for a year or 2. And I did plant tomatoes there last year and that was not the thing to do. But anyway, I'm bringing them over here. I'm gonna transplant the ones I think I can save here. 2 reasons. These blackberry bushes provide shade. And once you survive shade, there's a good chance your tomatoes will make it. So I'm fixing to transplant 4 of the healthy ones over there, over here, and I'm going to walk on hard with my mixture of hydrogen peroxide. I've got to stop that mold. If I don't, I'm going to lose all of them. Notice, no leaves. The stem's chewed off. If you'll notice that, that's a massive, massive caterpillars. Well, when I got out here, we got back in from Mobile. I've been out of town. You have got to stay on your tomatoes this time of the year. The heat and the insects are going crazy. All right. I checked this bush careful. You see where he chewed? All up in here. But I got him. I found him. He was bird food, or was bird food. He's gone. So that took care of that. Now I'm spraying this plant heavy with the hydrogen peroxide. I give the formula and back in the video. Now, what I'll do tomorrow about this time, I'll come out here with 2 tablespoons of baking soda in a gallon of water and I'll spray the devil out of them. This peroxide should, I hope, kill the fungus and bacteria. Okay. The baking soda will raise the pH, and the pH will absolutely help stop the fungus. So, it's a win-win, people. But look at this bush. It's been in the shade of these blackberries all by itself. Look, I don't know if you can see the tomatoes. They hanging all over this bush. Around front, even on the other side over there. This is shade, good drainage. Now, all right, don't be bashful. Spray good. Underneath, on top of, let it drip. Let it run down the plant. You're after that fungus. This peroxide, hydrogen peroxide, will kill most funguses. Most, not all of them. Now, what it is, the tomato bush itself actually produces hydrogen peroxide. It's in the atmosphere. And this is still about 3%. Okay? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over here with my shovel, and I'm by myself, so I'll dig them up and transplant them and show. I'm gonna dig up the ones I think I can save. That one, this one, and that big one right over there, right there. I might try these little ones. It's just too much water, people. They drowned it. Now, even when I dig up a shovelful, this dirt is damp, but it's drained. It's not water. There was water all down here yesterday. You couldn't walk anywhere in the yard without getting over your tennis shoes. So I'm gonna put one plant here, one about there, one there, and one there. It's 4 of them. And I'm gonna leave this big boy alone and see if I can't bring them back into shade with drainage and hydrogen peroxide and baking soda. Not only am I transplanting them, I'm gonna plant them about 7 inches deeper up on the stem and put about 6 inches in the ground for better roots. Now, I have them in the ground. I'll pull up all the carrots and throw the tops back in there. I have them in the ground, planted. There they are. I trimmed them up and dosed them with peroxide. And I will come back with a little worm poop after a while and pack it around them and just dampen it a little bit. I don't want no more water in there because it's draining, but let's keep it draining. It's sprinkling right now. So now I've got them in the shade. I got them treated against the virus. I hope. Tomorrow I'll come back with the baking soda and shake them, wet them down real good, all around them, on them. And that should raise the pH and keep the virus and stuff away. Like I said, look at this tomato bush. I didn't even plant that one. It just come up in the shade. It's got plenty of shade. It had just a few bad leaves on it, which happens when I was out of town. I wasn't paying attention, but I'm watching it now. I'm gathering tomatoes off this thing like crazy. You'll notice some of these leaves out in the opening are not really curling, but they look like they're trying. Tomatoes developed in a country where it was shady. They actually grew where they could climb up trees and all, and they got scattered sunlight, okay? Now, direct sun is not a good friend for tomatoes. But we only have a 6 or 8, 9 months growing season, usually. So you gotta do what you gotta do. So that's where your curly leaf comes in. That's not a problem. It's just the sun does it. Eventually it will kill the plant, eventually. All right, the next thing I want to take care of is on tomatoes. It's about the leaf curl. Now, a quick history here. Tomatoes was originated in a pretty thick climate as far as trees and stuff. They used to growing up on vines and the little leaves hunting little specks of sunlight through the canopy. Tomatoes don't do good in direct sunlight if it's real hot. The leaves will start curling. It's not a disease. It's trying to protect itself. The leaves will start to curl, reducing the sunlight. Now, if they don't get some shade, eventually it will kill them. Now, once you get them in the shade and get them under control, after a while, the new leaves growing out will come out flat again, which means you've eliminated basically most of the sun, and that should hopefully take care of your leaf curl. Now, my way of thinking is this on tomato diseases. There's two of them. It's two you treat. One is be on your leaves and your fruit, and the other will be on your roots and stem. All right. The first thing you do, your biggest problem on tomatoes is fungus. It's fungal infections. The first thing you do is grab your pruning shears and get rid of the bad leaves, the bad parts of the plant. Keep your tools clean. Dunk them with peroxide or bleach or anything. All right. Also, when you plant your tomatoes, space them out. That'll help. The biggest thing, I'm not going to say the biggest, but one of the major problems with fungus is wet, damp. Fungus loves damp. Okay. Now, and it will live in the soil. Now, putting pine straw or hay around the roots of your tomatoes does help because rain comes down, hits the ground, spatters up on the bottom leaves. Hey, we got a fungus infection. Cover the ground. That will help. I'm not saying it'll stop it, but that will help. When you water from your plants down, it don't really matter. People say water the bottom, not the plants. Hey, you get dew in the morning, heavy dew, fungus. Heavy rain, fungus. So it's not a good idea to splash the dirt up on the plant leaves, but hey, water is fungus. Now, your leaf spots and your moles, they'll float in the air, people. I mean, they'll pop up out of the ground and float around in the wind. Insects that move them onto your tomatoes, too much water in the soil, you got a fungus problem, or too hot. If it's too hot, you're going to have it. Now, just a quick insert here on aspirin. You can take one 325 milligram aspirin tablet per gallon of water. Dissolve it. You can spray your tomato plants when they're about 12 to 18 inches tall. Okay. Now, if your plant's already got a virus or a fungus, you're not doing it any good with the aspirin. But if your plant's healthy and you spray it, it's like a hormone to the tomato. It'll go ahead and produce hormones and strengthen the leaves and help the plant and help it fight off some funguses. Now, if your plant's already weak, it's already fighting the fungus, so spraying it won't help. All right, now let's get on with our tomatoes. Okay, if you want to help your fungus and keep it under control, you take 3% hydrogen peroxide, about 12 tablespoons to a gallon of water. You soak your plants, the stems, the leaves, the ground around it. I mean, soak it underneath, on top. Really soak it till it's just dripping with the hydrogen peroxide. Now, hydrogen peroxide kills fungus. Okay, and fungi. Okay. Now, it also cleans your leaves, brushes off trash and stuff, cleans them. Now, here it is. You gotta have a maintenance because fungus can land on your plant when the wind's blowing and start all over again. So you gotta have a maintenance program here. Okay, Now here's the way you do this. You take your 3% hydrogen peroxide and you spray that plant heavy. I mean, you soak it. Okay? Then you wait till the next day. 2 tablespoons of baking soda to a gallon of water. And you soak that plant around the base, the limbs, the stems, soak it. The peroxide kills the virus. The baking soda raises your pH and makes it hard for a virus to attach. Okay, now, let me throw this in. Your late bright fungus, the one that makes tomatoes rot and all this, it is not blown with the wind or something like that. It needs a living host. Insects, your dead material like compost and stuff around your plant has nothing to do with your late summer bright that kills your tomatoes. It has to be spread with insects. Now, here's a quick one on aphids. If you have aphids, they're very easy to get rid of. 1 gallon of water, 2 tablespoons of soap. I use 2 tablespoons of hot sauce with the soap. Now, you can take a little termite. You have it in your kitchen. Well, most people do in your kitchen. Sprinkle a little bit of that around your plant. That also helps repel pests. Now, if you want to, in any of these liquid sprays, peppermint oil pops into my mind. You can use a couple of drops of peppermint oil, well, whatever you like. I've been using lavender, whatever. And they say it helps. I don't know. I've never tried that. But anyway, like and subscribe. Pawpaw Sammy.